These are the 5 legal tips that I wish somebody had told me when I first started growing my business as an influencer. Should I wear my glasses in this one? Are you gonna take me more seriously if I wear these? No, we won't wear them. We won't wear them. What's up everyone, it's Millie. Welcome back to my channel where I post videos every Wednesday teaching you the latest strategies and trends on social media to help you grow your brand. So give a little love tap on that subscribe button to stay up to date on all the latest tips and tricks I have for you. First, a quick thank you to this video shoutouts. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of your wonderful support, so if you want to shout out in one of my future videos, screenshot yourself watching this and tag me over on Instagram stories, or leave a comment below and subscribe to my channel. As always, timestamps will be in the comments down below because I value your time and you already know why you're here. So let's get into it. I need to say a disclaimer at the beginning of this video. I am not a legal professional. This is not me giving you legal advice. This is simply what I've learned while growing my business from my perspective online as an influencer and just giving you some tips. Always talk to a lawyer or a professional before applying these to your business. Tip number 1. My biggest piece of advice, if you leave this video with anything, is start treating your business or your side hustle, your hobby, as a business right now. Start planning for the business that you imagine yourself having in 3 to 5 years. Plan for that business, not the business that you feel like you have right now, because most of us, when we start our online journey, our entrepreneurial journey, growing a business, we don't give ourselves enough credit. We don't treat ourselves as seriously. So even if you don't feel like you have a legit business right now, start treating it as legit. One of the biggest questions I get asked when talking about this topic is, when should I legitimize my business? And this answer is going to vary per state, so be sure to check your state laws. Basic rule of thumb is, if you're working with clients right now, there's contracts happening, or maybe you're making money, you're starting to earn some income, get your business legitimized. And by getting it legitimized, I just mean filing for a business entity. Scary word, business entity. There's lots of different types of entities. You could have an LLC, a corporation, a nonprofit, a sole proprietorship. What I recommend doing is talking to a legal professional. Tell them about the business that you want to have. They will help you make the right decision for which entity you should file for. And then when we filed for our business, we used LegalZoom. Basically, the entire process is online. You just go to LegalZoom.com, type, boom shakalaka, pay a little fee because you own a business now, and that was it. They send you your papers for what you have to do in the next steps. They lay everything out really simply, step by step, what you have to do to legitimize your business, and that's that. There are a lot of perks and reasons why you should legitimize your business to keep yourself obviously legally protected. This is just the basics, little tips here and there. Tip number 2, let's talk about taxes. Your taxes don't have to be a headache, especially as an independent contractor, entrepreneur, freelancer, consultant, coach. Growing your own business and filing taxes doesn't have to be hard with Turbotax. Turbotax makes filing your taxes really easy as an entrepreneur. I kind of think of them as like the DIY for taxes, because you get to file your taxes however you want. Turbotax is also sponsoring this video, so if you like seeing these legal tips, you can definitely give them a huge thank you for making this video happen. Now, what I mean by filing your taxes your way or the DIY way, if you want to file your taxes on your own, plug in all the information, you can do that simply online. You can also have a live tax expert helping you. They have a live help button where you can choose a time that works best for you, get advice and answers in real time from a tax expert so that you can have a little bit of hand holding. And then finally, you can have somebody just do your taxes for you. Personally, I kind of like it that way, but this is where you can have a dedicated tax expert filing everything for you from start to finish. I remember when I was first starting as an entrepreneur, I had all of these 1099s and all of these forms that I was getting sent from businesses, and it took forever to submit them in one by one because I had worked with so many brands. But one of the really cool features that I love about Turbotax is that you can take pictures of all of your forms, upload them to their secure website, and it auto-fills the forms for you, which is pretty freaking phenomenal. So get started with Turbotax Live Self-Employed today. I will leave the link in the description below. Tip number 3 is website disclaimers. If you're somebody who has a website, you're going to want to have 3 disclaimers listed on your website so that they're easy to find at the bottom, your legal section. The 3 disclaimers that you want to have is your privacy Polly. The 3 disclaimers that you want to have are your privacy policy, terms and conditions, and website disclaimer. Probably in that order too. I'm pretty sure privacy policy, that's legally required, especially if you are growing an email list. It's just saying how you are gathering people's legal personal information and how you distribute it. So I gather email lists and I only keep your first name, last name, your email address, and I am not sharing it with any third-party people. What I'm doing is you're getting put onto my email list so that blah, blah, blah. You're disclaiming how, where, when, what, why, who, personal information you're gathering and how you plan to use it. Terms and condition, so important. I cannot tell you how many times I've referenced my terms and condition. This is especially important if you have digital products or you sell digital products, because right now, for example, I have a bunch of digital products like my course or digital downloadables, ebooks, templates that people can purchase, and due to the digital nature of these products, as soon as somebody buys it, they have access to it. There's no return. They've already seen it. They could probably copy it, save it, download to their computer. They can't return it. So refunds are gonna be a little different, right? Whereas physical products, if somebody is going to buy this planner and they're like, I don't like this planner, I want to return it, they can return it and then they don't have the planner anymore, so a full refund makes sense. But because most of my products are digital, refunds are gonna work a little bit differently. So it's important for me to say that on my website in case somebody does want a refund or they do want to return a digital product. And then finally, your website disclaimer basically states who you are, what you do, who you do it for, and what you don't do, which is just as equally as important. A few great resources here. I would look into Rocket Lawyer, which is a website that has a bunch of templates for you to download and use. I would also look up Sam on Instagram. I'll link her Instagram below. Sam Vanderwalen, she is a lawyer and she helps small businesses legally protect themselves. Those are 2 resources that I would recommend for website disclaimers. Tip number 4, let's talk about money. It is so important to have your business money and your personal money separated. This keeps everything organized, especially around tax season. Having your business expenses and your personal expenses separated. I ignored this for the first 2 years of attempting to grow some sort of side hustle. And then once I had everything separated, it just all clicked for me. I was using different website hosts. So I had different monthly payments for a website, monthly payments for Canva, monthly payments for all of these things that my business was using. I wasn't aware how much I was spending for my business and how much I was spending on myself. And then once I had those separated, I was like, oh, okay, this is making much more sense as to why I'm going broke every month. Having them separated just made my life so much more easier when it came to tax season and even month to month. Of course, again, get legal advice on this, but what I did was I had different checking accounts in my personal bank. I had my 2 personal checkings and then 2 personal savings. One checking account was for myself. The other checking account was where all of my business stuff was getting withdrawn from. And then I had a savings for myself and then a savings for my business. That's how I had it set up when I was first starting and I didn't have a business bank account yet, but now I have a business bank account. The entire way we set up our bank account as a business, I owe 100% credit to my husband for reading a book called Profit First. I do not have the hard copy of Profit First with me because I'm letting my friend borrow it, but this is the author. Don't know how to pronounce his name, Mike Michalowicz. That could have been it. I could have just nailed it. Mike wrote a book called Profit First. This is another one of his business books that my husband has gone through. He really likes this author. Profit First was a game changer for our business and how we set up our money. It's been life-changing. So if one of the next steps for you is accounting and figuring out all of the money things for your business, read that book and then go to a bank and get it all set up the way that the book tells you to get it set up. Easy peasy. Tip number 5, and my final tip for you, is use contracts. I don't know what kind of business you have. You're watching this, you know what kind of business you have. I don't. For me, most of my contracts are collaboration contracts. But when I was starting, I worked a lot with one-on-one clients, coaching, and even consultation or social media management, where I helped other businesses manage their social media accounts. So those were the types of contracts that I started with. Now it's mostly brand collaboration contracts, but always have a contract. Anytime there is an exchange of goods, exchange of money, even if it's free, gifted collaborations, have a contract in place. That is the best way to set clear expectations, protect you, protect the other company. Everybody says to have contracts. That's a tip that I hear all the time. So you're like, okay, have contracts. Where do I get the contracts? Again, Rocket Lawyer is a great place to start. Of course, all of your legal documents, contracts, website disclaimers, all of those things should be checked by a legal professional. But if you're like, I just want to start, done is better than perfect, Rocket Lawyer is your place to go. You also have Sam, who I mentioned earlier, and my friend Cameron. She is an influencer lawyer, so she is chef's kiss. Love her. She does influencer consultations specifically on the brand collaboration sides. So if you don't know where to start with contracts, those would probably be the 3 places to start. I believe both Sam and Cameron have contract templates for you to purchase, and it's geared towards the side of influencers. So they were created with the influencer in mind for Cameron, or created with the small business in mind, coaches in mind for Sam. If you're trying to figure out who you should follow, if you're an influencer or aspiring influencer, Cameron. If you're a coach or aspiring small business, Sam would be your gal, okay? Now, I love talking about contracts. That's one of the topics that I teach about in my course, The Modern Influencer, when it comes to brand collaborations, words to look for in those contracts. If that's a video that you'd be interested in seeing, let me know in the comments below, because I could talk about like a bajillion words that you need to keep an eye out for in those contracts to save your booty, save your behind. Alrighty, if you've made it this far and you're not already subscribed to my channel, be sure to hug that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss when I post my next one, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Follow your joy. Bye.